We're okay? Okay. Carolyn, Steve, we are live. You can start the meeting.
Hi, good evening, Auburn. Welcome to Auburn Town Board of Health. It is Monday, July 27th, and we'd like to start the meeting. It is 6:43 p.m.
Thank you, Carolyn.
And go ahead, Darlene. You may start. Yep.
Thank you. So for the remote access, we've had a change from for the meeting posting. So IT was able to help us get on. So sorry for the delay, but the access code for joining the meeting is going to be go-to-meeting.com/join/631-091-261. And for those who want to join the meeting by phone, you're going to call 1-646-749-3112, and the access code is 631-091-261. I'm going to say that one more time. So the regular join by phone number is 1-646-749-3112, and the access code is 631-091-261. So that should help people get on. That information has also been posted by our IT department on the website, Facebook, and we also have it on the cable access channel. So I think that's all the updates for the moment. Carolyn, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Darlene. So this call to order, and I understand recording announcement. Was there something particular for the recording announcement?
Yep, just the information that we just gave,
Okay.
so we're okay on that.
Perfect. And the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yep, we'll hold off on that.
Okay.
We typically do that
And
in the
the reorganization of the board, because we don't have Eric here, we'll hold off on the reorganization of the board.
Okay, great.
And review of the agenda. Is there anything that you'd like to add or remove from the agenda tonight?
Yes, actually, so after we did have the agenda posted, Paula had realized that for the meeting, Steve, you were not at the May 7th or the June 11th meeting, so we're going to hold off on those minutes till we have a full board.
Okay.
And the other item, we have a 6:30 hearing that was scheduled for donation box order appeal, and the petitioner has withdrawn that request. So we don't have a hearing, so the meeting is going to be just updates to the board.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And go ahead, Darlene, go ahead with the dates, please. Thank you.
Okay, great, thanks. So in regards to the animal control, as you may recall, we did have dog licenses. There was an extension due to COVID, as many of the bills that were due in the past couple of months, there have been many extensions. Dog licensing was one of them. There was an extension for the licenses to be due to June 29th with no late fees. Animal control has given me an update that they are going to be sending out the dog license reminders, so these little cards that you get in the mail. We have still about 800 or so people that haven't licensed their dogs yet, so you'll be getting one of these cards in the mail, or you may get an email by the animal control, just to remind everybody to get their dog licensed. Right now, there are accruing fees, so just so people take care of that as soon as possible. So those licenses, animal control sends out regular updates throughout the year for many different things, and when the residents license their dog, they have the option of putting an email address right on the license application, and that's really helpful because she'll send out reminders by email, and then she also uses these cards as well. So that is, that's one thing I wanted to let you know about animal control. The next update we have is for solid waste. Just a reminder to everybody to make sure that you have your toter carts out by the road by 7 a.m. We have a new hauler, and their pickup times may vary from what people had in the past. So we are asking people to put their carts out by 7 a.m. or better yet, if they can put them out the night before, just so they don't forget, that would be great. And then we've also sent out some reminders out on social media and cable access, just friendly reminders to get the carts out by 7 a.m. We also have, I know this is the time of year where a lot of people are, ordering big items, and they get a lot of cardboard. So cardboard is something that you would put in your your cardboard will go in your recycling toter. But if it doesn't fit all in there, you have to flatten the boxes. And sometimes people have so much recycling that it may not fit completely in the toter. So the solid waste and recycling coordinator has made up some nice reminders to let people know what they need to do for flattening the cardboard, and you can put it on top of the toter or on the side of the toter. So that's an easy way for the hauler to be able to get cardboard picked up. That is something that we are we're getting a lot of calls on for cardboard. So we just wanted to remind everybody. And of course, the Recycle Smart, this is something that you have all seen, I'm sure. We've sent this out as a mailer. Just a reminder for the 4 major categories for recycling: metal, plastic, glass, and then paper and cardboard. And if somebody is not sure where it's, which toter it's going, they can also call the office. We have a lot of people call on things that they may not know how to get rid of. So Colleen's really good at being able to help people through that process. So the phone number to the office is 508-832-7703. So we appreciate everybody's help on getting that done. Central Mass Mosquito Control. We are in a pretty hot spell, and we have already seen some mosquito diseases announced throughout the state, and we do expect with the conditions that is going to continue. So just wanted to let you know, Central Mass Mosquito Control is already taking preventative steps in doing their typical education, and they have their monthly meetings. Those are all posted on our website. So just wanted to let you know about that. The communicable disease, our public health nurse works on the monthly reports, and Eileen was able to be able to identify the report. As you may know, we are dealing with COVID cases and the follow-up required for that. So that is our monthly report. And then for COVID emergency action response. So we have a number of updates going on. As you may have seen, the recent travel order that was announced on this past Friday by the governor's office. So there is a travel order in place, and we do expect to be able to get more information on the operational, how that's going to work from the state. They'll be providing more information on that. But there are most of the, well, pretty much all of the New England states, New York, New Jersey, and I believe Hawaii was the last state. So those states are states where they're seeing lower rate of cases. Those states are states that people can go to where they will be exempt from the travel order. However, we know that people going outside of that will have to go through a process. It's a voluntary process that will be done online for a travel form. So we expect more information to come from the state on that. It will go into effect on Saturday, August 1st. So Eileen and I will be working to see how that is going to be implemented, and more information to come on that. The Board of Health is doing complaints for complaints and education for businesses for COVID. As you may know, there are safety standards and checklists and protocols put in place for all different types of business as part of the reopening plan. That is something that has been ongoing for the past few months. We are pretty busy with that, and also the contact tracing requirements as well. Eileen spends a significant amount of time on that. And Eileen is here. Eileen, do you want to just give just overview on just some of the types of complaints we respond to?
Currently, we're dealing with a lot of business complaints for following the guidelines that the state has put out. Mask wearing is one of the big complaints that a lot of our residents have about going into the businesses. But they actually are able to look at all of the guidelines and determine if they feel like the business is following the guidelines or acting in a safe manner. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if you can hear me or if I'm loud enough. Oh, okay, I thought I was.
Can you hear it now?
Okay. So after the business complaints, we deal with a lot of the gathering complaints. And the gathering complaints are throughout the town for sports-related, park-related, but it really all comes down to mask wearing. So we're doing a lot of education. Jordan's out on the streets, going to every business that someone has concerns with and providing education. We're fielding all of the calls from the businesses here and sending out information. And as the state comes down with all of their updated guidances, we take them and distribute them to whatever area that they belong in. So the restaurant, the retail stores, the office space, the sports leagues, the schools, and try to keep them updated with all the information we get. And then just make ourselves available for education and assistance for anyone who needs it in town.
Thank you. Were you able to get that a little bit? So let me just, sorry, yeah, I think he can hear you, but I think the board was having trouble. So just to give an idea, we're doing a lot of education with businesses, whether, service businesses, retail businesses, restaurants, gyms, nail salons, you name it. We field calls from the public, and as you may know, the state has come out with business, their workplace safety standards for COVID-related precautions. So both Eileen and Jordan are out almost on a daily basis to be able to field those complaints, be able to provide education. Sometimes we check the checklist and what the protocols say. We refer back to the state sometimes when questions come up. So that's an ongoing process, and changes as new things come about. So from phase 2 to phase 3, we're in step 1. We do expect there to be more changes when step 2 is announced, and also with the travel order. There's things that are constantly changing, and a lot of information to field, but just to give you an idea of the types of things that we respond to, and then also being able to provide education, and if a business is having some of the same complaints, to figure out where that's, what's happening with that, and then try to make those changes with the business.
It's funny, I don't think it's so much, I think the businesses are complying. I see the signs and everything. I think it's that just people are, going in and not always wearing a mask, or, maybe they have the exemption letter. So I think that from what I can see, businesses are trying to, enforce, doing the best that they can.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Under the circumstances.
And we find that there's a lot of businesses that will reach out to us to to get information. They want to make sure they're doing the right thing. So we're actively working on that, and it's a flexible process. So just wanted to let you know what what a lot of our time is spent on. So I think that is most of the updates. Eileen, do you have anything else? No? Okay.
Is the school department reaching out to you too and working with the school?
Yes, great question. We have been working with the schools. So we've been in contact with the school nurses for the summer school program, and the director of pupils, the superintendent, the athletics director, the facilities manager. So we are in contact with them and working with them to see how things are working and changing, to see how that process is going to look in the fall. But honestly, we're still, because they have the summer school program, we're working with that. They also have the graduation that's coming up at the end of the week, as you may know. So we have been working very well with the school.
Yeah, busy.
It is. Yep, it is. So I don't have anything else unless you have questions for us. I would imagine that we can do, schedule a meeting for August. And we can, we don't have to pick a day right now, but I can have Paula send it out like we normally do to what works for your schedule, if that is acceptable, or we can pick a date right now. It's up to you.
No, I think it works well how Paula does it, since we have, such varied schedules. I think that tends to work well. Is that okay with you, Steve?
You might be on mute, Steve. Oh, okay.
Going, yeah.
He's got a thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I don't see anybody calling in, but I don't know if there's anybody from the public that has called in for. I think IT is just...
there it is.
Oh, yay. Hi, Steve. We saw you.
I need a new computer.
That's all right. The thumbs up, everybody understands. So I don't see anybody on the line, but if we just want to give it a second, just to make sure. I think we're clear.
Okay.
All right.
Well, pretty much this time period on the remote meeting works fine for me because I normally get home from work on a regular day, a little bit after 6. So
Okay.
The email can work out or whatever. So if I'm in town, I'm here.
Okay. So 6:30 works well, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So if you are, if you're both okay, then we'll have Paula connect and shoot for an August meeting, unless something comes up sooner.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So nothing,
No other items?
no voting items tonight,
All right.
but just a
Well, we can take one vote then.
meeting to
Yeah.
adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn if we can vote on that.
You can, yes.
Accept the motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you, Auburn. It is now 7:06, and good night.
Thank
Stay
you
safe,
very
healthy.
much.